Boston Celtics are facing a problem that goes far beyond a bad shooting night. Something deeper, something that might explain every frustrating loss and every close game that slipped away. Before we dive into the shocking truth behind the numbers, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and click the hype button, because what we're about to reveal changes how we see this Celtics team entirely. Through the first stretch of the 2025-26 NBA season, Boston's struggles haven't come from one area alone. The defense has been inconsistent, the offense has looked disconnected, but there's one stat so alarming that it overshadows everything else. A stat that places the Celtics dead last in the entire NBA by a landslide. And it's not about shooting threes or turnovers. It's about free throws. Yes, free throws. The most basic element of the game, the shot that no one is guarding. Boston ranks at the absolute bottom of the league in a critical metric: opponent free throws attempted minus team free throws attempted. Through just 7 games, opponents have taken 84 more free throws than the Celtics. That's not a small gap. That's a canyon. And according to StatMuse, no other team even comes close. The Celtics are averaging only 17.6 free throw attempts per game. Their opponents? Nearly 30 per night. To make matters worse, Boston commits 24 fouls per game, the 8th highest number in the league, while drawing just under 19. That's the second lowest mark among all teams. The result is simple. The Celtics are playing from behind in one of basketball's most fundamental battles, getting to the line. Even teams in full rebuild mode, like the Washington Wizards, aren't struggling this much. They are 41 free throws better than Boston in the same category. That's the gap between being competitive and being punished every single night. Part of the issue lies in rebounding. The Celtics' lack of size, a concern since the offseason, is starting to show. Every missed box out, every second chance opportunity, turns into contact, whistles, and free throws for the opponent. Add to that Boston's love for the three-point shot, a league-leading 47 attempts per game, and you have a recipe for imbalance. They're settling from deep, hitting only 32%, and rarely attacking the paint to force contact. The result? Games decided at the line, and Boston on the losing end. It's not just a bad trend, it's an identity crisis. The Celtics are playing beautiful perimeter basketball, but paying the price inside. So here's the question every Celtics fan should be asking right now. How can a team with this much talent, this much physicality, and this much ambition be so passive when it matters most? Can Joe Mazzulla fix this before the season spirals? Or will Boston's free throw problem become the flaw that defines their year? Celtics are running out of time. The season has just begun, but one weakness has already become impossible to hide. With Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford, and Luke Kornet all gone since the summer, the Celtics' rotation at center is now thinner than ever, and Joe Mazzulla is already feeling the impact. Boston is struggling to protect the paint, losing battles on the glass, and giving up far too many second-chance points. Something has to change. The question is when, and more importantly, who could fix it? According to Bleacher Report's Greg Swartz, there's one name quietly gaining traction inside front offices: Goga Bitadze. The 25-year-old center from the Orlando Magic isn't a headline grabber, but among scouts, he's become one of the most respected defenders in the league. Swartz describes him as one of the most underrated big men in the NBA, and more importantly, a player who fits the exact profile the Celtics need. Bitadze has been part of an Orlando rotation that ranked among the league's best defenses last season. He protects the rim with patience, rebounds with power, and plays within his role. Nothing flashy, no ego, just impact. And that's exactly the kind of player Boston has been missing since Porzingis went down. The Magic value him, but he's not untouchable. His contract is affordable, and with Orlando's depth at center, the Celtics could realistically make a move without giving up a core piece. But this goes beyond replacing a body in the middle. Boston's frontcourt issues have exposed deeper structural problems. Sam Hauser is being forced into minutes at power forward, a role that stretches him too far. Xavier Tillman is battling bigger players every night. The result is fatigue, foul trouble, and vulnerability in late-game moments. If Bitadze arrived, Mazzulla could shift Tillman to a more natural power forward role, balancing size, defense, and flexibility all at once. And while fans wait for Jayson Tatum's return, there's growing doubt that he'll even play this season. During a recent interview on WEI, team owner WIC Grousbeck made it clear the Celtics are operating as if Tatum will not return. He said they won't rush him back, won't even discuss it until multiple doctors give the green light. That means Boston's frontcourt crisis isn't temporary. It's real, and it could define their entire campaign. Brad Stevens now faces a defining choice. Wait and hope that rebounding and rim protection somehow improve from within, or act fast and bring in a player like Bertans who can stabilize the defense immediately. The urgency is growing, and the numbers don't lie. Boston is giving up too many second chances, too many easy baskets, and too many opportunities at the line. A move feels inevitable. But the question is, will the Celtics front office take that risk now, or will they wait until it's too late? Could Goga Bertans be the quiet answer to Boston's biggest problem, or just another missed opportunity in a season already slipping away? The rumor hit like a shockwave across the NBA world. Derek White to the Golden State Warriors. For Boston fans, it sounded like a nightmare they never wanted to imagine. And yet, it's the kind of story that makes you stop and think. What if one of the Celtics' smartest, toughest, most reliable players suddenly suited up in that gold and blue uniform? Before we break down what's really behind this rumor, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and click the hype button, because what's coming next could completely change how you see this situation. Bleacher Report's Greg Swartz reignited the fire this week, suggesting Derek White as the perfect target for Golden State. He highlighted how White, now 31 years old, could fit perfectly next to Stephen Curry, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Al Horford. A strange mix of experience and grit that, in Swartz's view, could give the Warriors one final push toward another championship. He described White as one of the most efficient defenders in the NBA, a guard capable of protecting the rim like few in history, even comparing him to Dwayne Wade. A complete player, capable of handling the ball, hitting threes, and reading the game at a championship level. On paper, it's a dream scenario for Golden State. But for Boston, it's a disaster waiting to happen. Imagine White running pick and rolls with Horford in another jersey. Imagine his defense turning close games against the Celtics into losses. The impact would be immediate, brutal, and deeply symbolic. Losing White would not only hurt Boston's defense, it would damage the team's identity, the very balance that made this roster a contender. That's why Brad Stevens would never let that happen easily. White isn't just another player. He's the glue that holds the system together, the silent star who stabilizes both ends of the court. Trading him would require something historic, a return loaded with first-round picks and proven talent, something almost impossible to see in today's market. White is under contract with Boston until the 2028-2029 season, meaning the Celtics still have at least 2 full years of guaranteed stability with him in green. For now, that's enough for fans to breathe. But the NBA never sleeps, and front offices are always looking for the next big move. So here's the question that hangs in the air. What if the Warriors, desperate for one last title run, make an offer so big that even Brad Stevens has to think twice? Could Boston risk losing its most reliable guard, or would that move destroy the chemistry that took years to build? Hit the like button, subscribe, and click the hype button right now, because if this rumor ever turns into reality, it could redefine everything we thought we knew about the Boston Celtics.